come on now, man. We got some football night, baby. Look, I'm about to talk about who I have my eye on. We got Eagles, Patriots, week 2 preseason matchup, man. Let's talk about it. I'm Wesley. You're watching Beast on Broad Street.
Yeah, reporting live from the underworld, coming from a place that's never been unearthed. How much is your soul? Tell me what it's worth. Do you put your pride on money first?
Hey, man, at last, we're here. It's Thursday, so 7 o'clock. We got Eagles, Patriots preseason. And look, man, I'm excited. How could you not be excited, man? I don't know about you, man. I got an awful taste in my mouth from last season. Of course you do too. And that's why you're as excited as I am, right? And look, man, maybe I'm just in a good mood. And I got to get this out. I know it's an Eagles video, but, man, I got to get this off, man. Look, last night, when I saw Kyle Schwarber hit that opposite field grand slam, man, all I could think, I didn't even think it. I said it out loud. My girl was in here doing her finals. She probably thought I was a madman, but she understands. Let's be real. But, you know, when he hit that grand slam last night, all I could think to myself was, this has to be the turning point for the Phils. How can you not turn it around after that moment? Really? So maybe I'm just in a good mood because the Phils dug themselves out of the hole, and maybe I can finally start digging myself out of the depression that I've been in as far as Philadelphia baseball goes. Okay? All that aside, again, I had to get that off, man. But I'm in a good mood, man. And we got Phils baseball and the Birds playing in that order, kind of, right? How can you not be excited? Come on now. This is a good Thursday night we got coming up. Anyways, man, let's move on. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of all this. All right. So I just want to go over what I'm looking for out of tonight's preseason matchup. Okay. And usually I just like to start with offense in this case. And I'm just going to start with quarterbacks. All right. So Jalen Hurts aside, I don't know if we're going to see the starters play tonight unless a report has came out that I just haven't seen since I made this video. I assume it's going to be Kenny Pickett, and that's more of a second team situation as far as offense goes. I need to see Kenny Pickett actually stretch the ball down the field tonight. He has to be more decisive. And that's one thing that I've noticed, just from the start of training camp, just watching him, especially Tuesday when I went to Foxborough and I saw the joint practice. Just one, I can't get, the one thing is when I see Kenny Pickett is this guy just holds the ball too long sometimes, and especially in crucial moments where you might have someone down the field and you just either doesn't see him, sees him, and just isn't confident in the throw. Or I don't know, man. He just doesn't look decisive, which I can't have in an NFL quarterback that's on our team, right? So I need to see him move the ball down the field with a little bit more aggression, assertiveness. I don't know the right way to articulate it, but I need to see him actually stretch the ball down the field tonight. All right, and I need to see him be more decisive. And as far as Kenny Pickett goes, that's kind of where I'm at with him. He hasn't even had a bad camp, but it's just kind of frustrating to watch sometimes, right? So, I like to see Kenny Pickett move, make a couple intermediate to deep passes tonight. One thing that I really want to see as far as quarterbacks go, I want to see Tanner McKee actually get some reps with the second team offense, right? Dude kind of made the best out of a bad situation with, he had no weapons. Being with, the third team offense, who are, no receivers whatsoever, because after Britton Covey, John Ross, or Paris Campbell, whoever, even Anais Smith for that matter, there's no receiver. We don't have really any receiver depth deep, or we don't have any receivers deeper than that, right? So to me, it was actually kind of impressive what Tanner McKee's been doing with those receivers. So I would like to see him actually get some meaningful reps with the second team offense. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. that's kind of where I'm at with the quarterback situation. That's all I'm really looking at there. Steen, so I want to see. I'm looking at Tyler Steen, Mekhi Becton. I'm looking at the right guard position tonight. If I'm watching the offense, that's honestly what I guess not primarily, but that's one of the top priorities as far as watching the offense tonight. Like I'm watching Tyler Steen, Mekhi Becton, man, because that's a battle. That's an actual battle right now. And yeah, I of course, in my opinion, I think, or what I think is going to happen is I think Becton ends up going into the season as a starter, but it's still a battle, man. I still don't know for sure. Because in my opinion, I think not my opinion, but what I think the coaches and what the team wants to do is I think they want to have Steen come in and be the starter at right guard and just kind of have Mekhi Becton kind of be that flex O-line piece that they can plug in when, if they need to, if someone goes down or just maybe isn't performing. But look, I gotta watch right guard, man. Not just right guard, the whole O-line, or the O-line as a whole, but keeping an eye on Tyler Steen, Mekhi Becton. It would be nice if Steen could win the job. Like, don't get me wrong, like I think it'll be Becton, but I do actually want Tyler Steen to win that job because of he's still really young, and it's kind of what we got him for, right? So it would be nice, and ideally, yeah, you would want Mekhi Becton to be that flex piece, but we'll see what happens. So I'm watching that as far as the old line goes, and so I guess I go wide receiver. If I was gonna keep watching the offense, or as far as what other positions I'm watching on the offense is, wide receivers, not named Devontae Smith and AJ Brown, right? They're not gonna play anyways, but John Ross. He's had a pretty good camp considering, right? He's a redemption story. And especially with Paris Campbell down, this is the opportunity. Now is the time. So these are the guys who I'm looking for to let's see some big out of you, right? So John Ross, Britton Covey. I'd like to see more out of Anai Smith, but really Johnny Wilson, man, he's got the hype train with him, right? So let's see if he can carry that through. I want to see if Johnny Wilson can really let's get that. I want more Johnny Wilson hype. Right? I want to see him make a play, whether it's in the red zone. I want to see him make a play tonight, right? Britton Covey, though. Britton Covey, now, this is something I wasn't really expecting, I guess, coming into training camp. I was not expecting Britton Covey to, actually be, right now, he's right there. He's right there, to be the guy at wide receiver 3. Even he's confident too, man. If you ever watch his press conferences, he talks so much for so long, but you can just the vibe this guy's giving off is is so optimistic, so it almost as if he already has a job, man. So it's it is exciting to see Britton Covey just with that attitude, man. I'm watching him tonight. I'm watching him. And I'd love to see Britton Covey just make a big play or just break one. It'd just be fun to watch, right? And on top of that, it's he could potentially be our wide receiver 3. It's time to really it's time to really start taking that serious. That Britton Covey may be wide receiver 3 by the start of the season. We don't really know, man. It seemed like it was going to be Paris Campbell. But clearly that injury is still lingering. And you would have thought John Ross or Anai Smith would step up. And I want to say in light of that because no injury is light. But, you just expect one of these guys to come up. But, hey, Britton Covey, if it's going to be you, man, I'm all for it, man. I'm all for it. Especially the last preseason game against the Ravens, man. Just watching him on punt returns. He can make dudes miss, man. He's for a small guy, he knows how to make a guy miss. He knows how to shut a tackle, man. I like that in a wide receiver 3. He's talking about he's watching. Who did he say he was watching? I can't, was that not Austin Collie? Who was it, man? He was watching. He was, just watching film on somebody, man. I can't remember. I just thought it was funny, like just trying to find his way, how he can fit into this offense, where his, what suits him as far as like his skill set in this offense. So I'm excited, man, to watch Britton Covey. Honestly, that's one of the main guys who I'm going to be looking at to, make a play, or have a game. Is Britton Covey, man. I want to see him. It'd be nice to just see a Britton Covey touchdown. That's all. That's kind of where I'm at as far as the offense goes. Like, yeah, offense is fun to watch, but tonight, I'm really focusing on the defense. Like, I am watching the defense intently. There's a lot going on defense right now. A lot of question marks too. So I want to see how. Let's start with just DBs, right? Let's start with our defensive backs, man. I'm watching that backup safety position. That could be anyone. Evidently, Bradbury's making this. Evidently is making this like very smooth transition from cornerback to safety. I want to see if that's true. When I went to that joint practice, I didn't really get to see the Bradbury reps, right? Because it's not really where my head was at. It's not what I had my eyes on, right? So I'd like to see this smooth transition that Bradbury's making, because quite frankly, like I find that hard to believe, but I can see him potentially being a backup safety if we're going to go into the season with him on the roster. I could see that, I guess, but I'd like to see how smooth this transition's really going. So I assume, I'd like to believe he's going to get some type of reps there, but we'll see, I guess. So backup safety, just watching. Ringo in particular, man, who I'm going to have my eyes on as far as defensive backs goes, because obviously he's been hot, man. He's had great training camp. That last preseason game, he was just clamp god. So I'd like to see how he does, if he can follow that performance up with another great performance, because then we got more to talk about, right? So I'd love to see Keely Ringo really make a push and keep that ball rolling tonight. So keep your eye out on the clamp god, Keely Ringo. And I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at with DBs, but I mean, yeah, I'm going to be watching Quinyon. I'm not really worried about Quinyon, though. Like, it'd be cool, right? Like, I'd like to see Quinyon Mitchell make a play but I'd like to see an interception from anybody, right? So another flash from Quinyon Mitchell would be nice, but I'm really looking at Keely Ringo, maybe Eli Ricks, like some of these guys, man. Like, I just want to see like really make a push, challenge these, because it just seems like Isaiah Rodgers Jr. is a lock. It seems like Quinyon Mitchell's becoming a lock at the slot corner, nickel corner. And we know Slade's starting, so it'd be nice to see Keely Ringo, Eli Ricks, just any of these guys just make a push. So that's one. I guess that's where I'm keeping my eyes. Just pass coverage in general. I'd like to see guys not getting toasted by these New England Patriots receivers. That'd be comforting. I really don't want to see Jalen Reagor doing anything other than doing Jalen Reagor things. Just don't make him look good. Like, I don't know, just good pass coverage from our DBs. What more could you ask for? Just don't. It's not. They're not world beaters out there. So maybe a play. I'd love to see an interception. I expect to see an interception, honestly. My main focus, though, on defense, it's obviously the pass rush, because after that joint practice, the pass rush was really making they were making good plays. They were actually showing flashes. Bryce Huff, we had some Nolan Smith flashes, Jalen Carter, Jordan Day, just whoever, man. Milton Williams. I'd love to see a more dominant pass rush this game, especially going up against this Patriots offense who is almost non-existent. you gotta show some type of flash here, especially if you're a guy fighting for a job, man. Jalen Hunt, man, this is an opportunity for Jalen Hunt to really shine. He's gonna get good playing time, right? So let me see, man. This is not the best offense in the NFL by any means. This is Jalen Hunt's time to shine right here. Let me see some, all right? So pass rush, big focus on. Big focus tonight. And last but not least, linebackers. Okay. Zach Bond, if he's starting tonight, show me something, because I need to believe in the Zach Bond hype. Why is he such a favorite? I need to see why, right? Other than that, Jeremiah Trotter Jr., man, was balling out. Right, he's been balling out, man. I need to see Trotter Jr. make some plays tonight. This is the time right here, man. Trotter Jr. makes his push, overcomes Zach Bond in the Kobe Dean in the off-ball linebacker position, man. It would be fun. We'll see. Obviously, that's me hopeful. That's being a hopeful, but Trotter Jr., man, this is your time. Jalen Hunt, this is your time. Nolan Smith, this is your time. This is the time where you guys need to really show that you're no joke. All right, so that's where I'm at tonight. Again, I'm excited. We're going to talk more about it, of course, after the game. But that's who I have my eye on tonight, man. I'm excited for that. Keep a watch on the Phils. Hopefully they don't continue that collapse. And hopefully they actually dig themselves out of the hole. And let's watch these birds, man. Let's watch these guys show out tonight, right? So that's all I got, man. I'll talk more about it after the game. Well, tomorrow, most likely, when I get this video out. We're going to do a recap, and we'll talk about it, man. But let's hope we see some flashes out of some of these guys. Other than that, that's all I got. I'm Wesley. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for watching this video. I love you all who are still following along. I love you all who are just now coming in. Continue the journey with me, man. Other than that, I got nothing, man. This piece on Broad Street, Wesley out. Go Birds, baby.